Hey everyone, I'm Rod and Todd, a professional YouTuber who makes professional videos. And it's Tuesday, which means it's time for another Transformers review. So, here we go. This is WFC-S6 Topshot, and this is WFC-S6 Flak. They were sold in the Micromaster size class in the first wave of the War for Cybertron Siege toy line. Both these figures are available in a 2-pack. They're not available individually, so today we're reviewing 2 figures. So let's start with Flak. Flak transforms into a green tank with a large missile box thing on the top. Yeah, we're finally getting the vehicle forms. They don't turn into guns anymore. These treads are fake. There are 4 tiny gray wheels hidden underneath. And it just rolls along. A unique feature with pretty much every weapon in the War for Cybertron trilogy is that the guns have the little pegs on there so you can mount the blast effect pieces that come with the Battlemaster figures. So here's Fire Drive's effect pieces, and you can just put them right there. Might take a little effort. It's kind of hard to get them to stay on this one. But there you go. Doesn't look too good, but pew pew. So anyway, can't say I have that much to say about Flak. There's really nothing special about his alternate mode. So let's get on to the other guy. Here's Topshot in his alternate mode. He is a self-propelled artillery vehicle with 4 wheels. I know this looks like a 6 wheel, but that's actually just fake. It has 4 wheels that don't roll too well. And this figure actually has a bit of articulation in his vehicle mode. His turret can rotate all the way around, and the gun barrel can also raise up a bit. You can, he can be like an anti-aircraft weapon or just shooting upwards towards a larger opponent. And you can also fit blast effect pieces on the end of his gun. So there's blowpipes effect piece. And I'm going to be using this effect piece when I demonstrate the feature with most figures because I really like the way this looks. So there's Topshot firing. So that's really all I have to say about their alternate modes. They're tiny military vehicles that really don't have that much in terms of whatever. So now that we've covered the vehicle mode, let's move on to the robot mode. Okay, so here they are in their robot modes. And of course, we gotta address the question, who are these characters? Topshot and Flak were released in the last couple years of the original Transformers toy line. They were Micromasters, basically incredibly small transforming Transformers designed to compete with Micro Machines. And as you can see, when compared to my hand, these figures are still relatively small. Topshot and Flak were sold as Big Shot and Flak. They had to change Big Shot's name to Topshot. And they are sold in a pack of 4, along with Sidetrack and Sunrunner. They formed the Battle Patrol, which were all military-themed vehicles. Of course, we only get 2 here, but whatever. So, again, we'll start with Flak. He fell over. Flak, let's start with the articulation. He has ball joints in his arms. They can move out, up a bit, down a bit, and the like. Got ball joints at the hips, so they can move forward, back, and out a bit. And he has swivels at the knees, so you can do that. That's really it in terms of articulation for Flak. He's a really small robot. There's his head. Let's see if we can get a close-up of his head. It'll focus. Let's see if I can do something here. Okay, whatever. I can't get it to focus, but yeah. Also, something really cool. You can see there's these tiny little things here. Can't really see them very well because the camera won't focus, but there are tiny little hands sculpted in there. So that's cool. But yeah, it's really nothing to say about Flak and Robot mode. Still nothing super special. It doesn't come with any accessories or anything, so yeah. Now let's move on to Topshot, or Big Shot, or whatever you want to call him. In terms of articulation, he has ball joints at the shoulders, so can't move forward, back, out a little bit, but not too much. Ball joints at the hips, they can move forward, back, out a bit. Knee articulation, just like with Flak. It also has these little gray things here which are supposed to help him stand better. And then he also has a waist swivel. Cool. I don't know if this was intentional or not, but you can rotate his turret so that it's facing this direction, and then fold the turret so that's resting on top of his head. Speaking of head, I forgot to mention, I do think he has very limited head articulation. He has a swivel at the head, but due to the fact that it's self-contained in this little box, and also his tall shoulders, you can't really get your finger in there to move it. But I do believe that is supposed to be articulated. I forgot to mention that. So yes, you can have him firing his gun in robot mode, even though it looks kind of stupid. And you can still mount your little effect pieces on that if you really want to do that. And he fell over. So, there's really nothing too much I have to say about these little guys. They're small, they're cool, they turn into heavy artillery. But there is one common gimmick shared with all the Micromasters in this toy line. So, these figures do have a third mode, and I will be showing that off to you right now. And here they are in their combined mode. I know you may be thinking this is just a rectangle, but turn it like this, and it is actually a gun. Yes, every Micromaster 2-pack released in Siege, the individual figures can combine into a larger weapon that can be wielded by any Transformer figure. So these are basically just a pair of robots that combine from a Battlemaster type weapon. And as with every weapon in Siege, this thing has a overly long and complicated name. The instructions call it an Electro-Verge Neuroblaster. I have no idea what that means, and I have a feeling the creators didn't either. So, as with every one of these Micromaster combined weapons, I'm not a fan of it. This thing is incredibly flimsy. It does not hold together well at all. You can see it's drooping. They're held together by one incredibly tiny peg that is way too short, honestly. And the gun barrel for Topshot's vehicle mode forms the handle. The instructions show it being held by Sideswipe, so let's give this weapon a Sideswipe and show off the capabilities of the combined mode. If I can get it in his fist. There we go. So here is Sideswipe wielding this massive thing. As you can see, it is huge. Another thing I don't like about these weapon modes, not only do they never hold together well at all, but they're also way too gigantic. So you get the stuff like this, which is about as tall as a deluxe class figure, and it just looks bizarre when you hold it or when you put it in a figure's hand. And yes, you can also still put the little effect pieces on here, but due to the fact that this cannon is barely holding together as it is, I'm not going to try and attach those right now. So, yes, if you really want to do this, you can do that. I almost never combine them like this, but you can. Here he is, he's shooting at the camera. Bang. So anyway, that's really all I have to say about the Autobot Micromasters Topshot and Flak. I think they're cool in both robot and vehicle mode, but their combined weapon mode leaves a lot to be desired. So I hope you like this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications, and all that good stuff. And tune in next week as we review WFC-S6 Sideswipe.